Well, hello everyone. Well, that's good to see you again in the third session, module 2. However, I can't see you or interact with you. I have the feeling that all of my followers are very captive and active learners. So, again, today we will be having module 2. So, let's share the screen and start. Okay, as you can see, is that we finished module 1, product management, identity problems or identify problems. Okay, module 2, network engineer, interpret and implement instructions. So today we'll be talking about instructions, تعليمات أوامر. Of course, we'll be dealing today with the networking engineer أو مهندسي الشبكات. Okay, well, this module will be actually divided or split into 4 sections. I have, as you can see, section 1, grammar, uh, section 2, listening, section 3, again grammar, and section 4, reading. So those who attended last time know our system, which is to start with the reading passage, because in the reading passage you'll be able to know all the vocab that will encounter this module, and it will be easy to just work on the grammar part and the listening part. So to start with the section 4, reading, as you can see, our reading today is about job roles and responsibilities. Job roles and responsibilities يعني الأدوار والمسؤوليات. Of course, if I'm working with a networking engineer or anyone working in a company or any place, whenever you have a job or you apply for a job, you will have some kind of roles and responsibilities to be doing. You cannot do all the roles yourself in a company. Why? Because this will make a lot of risks to the company. So let's see what do we have in the reading passage. Let's read together. And before reading, we know is that we have a little bit of exercise to know the new vocab. It will be easy for you uh, to read the passage. Okay. So first exercise or first part of the cap, select the correct answer option. That means the same as each word or phrase. So let's have a look at the meaning of the following expressions. When I say beyond your scope of duties, beyond, when I say this to anybody, this is beyond your scope of duties, this is not part of your work. So you don't have to do anything concerning this because this is not part of your work. As you can see, not part of your work, beyond your scope of duties. Okay. Expression number 2, have in mind. Have in mind. If you have in mind, this means that you are thinking about something. Okay? Like this. When I say have in mind, so thinking about. Number 3, handled. Handled. When I say that this issue should be handled by the IT help desk. Handled here means to be taken care of or to deal with. As you can see, handled, deal with. Next, didn't do a thing. You didn't do a thing concerning the issue we talked about last week. Didn't do a thing, it means أو معناها إن do nothing or you did nothing. Okay, at all. Next, sent back. Sent back. If I give you something or an issue to deal with and you send it back to me again without doing anything, means to return it. To return it to me without doing anything. So send back means return. Return. Next, when I say all the time, all the same, all the same. All the same means nevertheless. Nevertheless. ومع ذلك. ومع ذلك. Okay. So, next I have a tip. Always this tip gives me some terminologies or terms or some expressions that we use or we will see in the passage. So, and they are really helpful if you use them in your daily life or situations. So, number one, or first step I have, I am reaching out to you regarding plus a subject. Here, after regarding, we need to add a subject. Like what? Let's have a look. This is the sentence. I am reaching out to you regarding the last events that took place. يعني أنا بحاول أوصل لك regarding يعني بخصوص the last events that took place. Okay. Number two, I have let me remind you of. Let me remind you of, followed by a noun. Okay. let me remind you of يعني دعني أذكرك بإيه؟ Let's see. First, let me remind you of the duties that go together with your position. Duties هنا يعني واجبات. Let me remind you of the duties بواجباتك that go together with your position اللي أنت لازم تعملها according to your position. Okay. Next, number three, I don't want to discourage you from. وده درس الجرامر بتاعنا اللي هناخده النهارده. Discourage from. I have some verbs or nouns or adjectives that should be followed by certain preposition. زي كده discourage from. I don't want to discourage you from يعني discourage is the opposite أو عكس كلمة encourage. encourage يعني يشجع حد على حاجة. discourage يعني يثبت الهمة بتاعته أو يعطله عن حاجة يخليه ما يعملهاش. I don't want to discourage you from. It should be followed by إيه؟ أيوة gerund. يعني إيه gerund؟ gerund يعني verb plus ing like this. I don't want to discourage you from providing as much involvement as you did. So the verb here, providing, is called a gerund. Okay? Next, what I have in mind is that. What I have in mind means what I'm thinking about. Okay? We can say it like that. What I have in mind is that all the user access layer cabling should be handled by the IT help desk. Okay, we'll see that in the passage. Okay, next or the last one, please don't hesitate to plus the verb. Don't hesitate to لا تتردد. Do not hesitate to and the verb. Please don't hesitate to ask a colleague to do their job. Okay, so these are the expressions that we're going to meet in the passage. Plus, I'm preparing um, some other vocab that will help you. We'll have a look at that before we start reading the passage. So, let's share the screen again with these words or the vocab. So, today our reading is about job roles and responsibilities. I have the word roles يعني أدوار. طبعا أنا مش عارفة أنتوا سامعيني بس ولا سامعين وشايفين الكلمات اللي بتنزل، فأنا هضطر أقراها لكم in Arabic and in English so that you will be um, focusing. Okay, roles, roles, duties, duties, duties واجبات. responsibilities, responsibilities, responsibilities مسؤوليات. To resolve problems يحل المشكلات. resolve problems, resolve problems. marketing department, marketing department. أيوة طبعا كلنا عارفين إنه department يعني قسم. الماركتينج التسويق. suggestions, suggestions, suggestions مقترحات. عارفة إنها صعبة شوية في القراية، نقراها كمان مرة مع بعض. suggestions. With this is the noun. If I want to use it as a verb, I will say, let's suggest something for today. Okay? If I want to use it as a noun, any more suggestions for the day? Good. برافو عليكم. Okay. To improve your performance. كلمة performance عندي هنا مهمة جدا لأني هنشوفها كتير قوي النهاردة. performance يعني أدائك أو إنجازك. Okay. We will just use it in the reading passage. We'll use it in the listening. So you have to know the word. Improve your performance. Improve your performance. اوكي طبعا احنا عارفين ان network engineer, network engineer, network engineer. Okay, what about the topics؟ يعني ايه كلمة topics؟ When I say network related topics, network related topics يعني الموضوعات المتعلقة بالشبكات. Okay, when I say expand beyond your scope of duties. Expand beyond your scope of duties. أكبر من تخصصك أو بعيد عن تخصصك. Okay, colleagues, colleagues. Optical cabling, optical cabling. optical يعني حاجة بصرية، الكابلات البصرية. optical cabling. As you can see in the picture here, copper, copper. This is copper, as you can see in the picture. Quartz, quartz. Task, task. Favor, favor. When I ask somebody, can you do me a favor, please? Can you do me a favor, please? Okay, ممكن تعمل لي خدمة? Can you do me a favor? Trained. When I say that all the employees have been trained very well. يعني كل الموظفين تم تدريبهم بشكل جيد. Trained. They've been trained very well. Okay, qualified. Are you qualified for the job? يعني هل أنت مؤهل للجوب؟ When I ask you, what are your qualifications? مؤهلات. Qualifications. Okay? So, nevertheless. Okay. These are the words that I want you just to share. Right now, we'll get back to the reading passage. We'll start the reading, and after that, I'll try to comment on every 3 lines. Every 3 lines, I'll tell you what is it about. Okay, so let's start. I do advise you when we are reading, please, what do you have to do? It's better, of course, if you print the reading passage and you have it in your hands and you can pen down any word or underline whatever you would like to return to back. Okay, so let me start. Of course, this passage is about the network engineer roles and responsibilities. So let's read. This is written to Mark from his manager. So the manager is talking to Mark. Who is Mark? Mark is a network engineer. Does he have a problem or something? I don't know. Let's read and see what's wrong with Mark. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. Your pen and let's start. Dear Mark, I am reaching out to you regarding the last events that took place while resolving the problems reported by the marketing department. All the raised issues were isolated and removed, yet I have some suggestions that will improve your performance and make your work simpler. طبعا of course الجزء ده معناه ايه؟ معناه انه Mark is doing all the duties but his manager says that the marketing department reported that there were some issues. Yes, هم resolved واتحلت المشكلات but he wants to give him an advice to make his work better, to make his performance better. Okay, let's start. Let's see ايه هم الادفايسز او ايه كانت الissue او المشكلة عند مارك. First, let me remind you of the duties that go together with your position. As a network engineer, you are obliged to handle the network-related topics. When dealing with the more complicated problems or the ones that expand beyond your scope of duties, you will definitely encounter a need to include colleagues from other departments. Okay, وهنا الجزء ده he said that he doesn't have to do everything in the company. مش لازم يعمل كل شيء بنفسه. As a network engineer he has to obliged to يعني he has to هو لازم يعمل ايه handle network related topics بس. طيب when he deals with something complicated problems يعمل ايه يعملها بنفسه no he doesn't have to do this. Okay, he need to include other colleagues بعض الزملاء لازم يدخل السكشنز التانية عشان تتعامل مع المشكلة. Okay, line 4 such a situation took place recently. I don't want to discourage you from becoming as involved as you did, but some of the work you did should be done by other people involved in the troubleshooting process. What I have in mind is that all the user access layer cabling should be handled by the IT help desk, not the networking team. The only exception here is the optical cabling, which is hardly ever used for that purpose. This basically means that all UTP copper patch ports are ordered, stored, and installed by this team. This also means troubleshooting tasks involving usage of cable, testers, or analyzers are not conducted by you. Course الجزء ده he's trying to tell us that he had to go to the IT help desk. اللي كان لازم يساعده هنا ال IT help desk. This is their problem, is that to deal with what? With troubleshooting process. Okay. The only exception here, dealing with what? Dealing with the optical cabling. Okay. حتى even قال انه دي مش من اختصاصات النتورك انجينير ودي من اختصاصات this section الاي تي هيلب ديسك اللي هم عليهم شغل ان هم يعملوا انه to order و to store و to store و order و everything for the optical cabling. Okay. Next part. Some of the tasks which did need to be done were verifying and were necessary fixing the cabling. Both of those tasks were conducted by you and you only. يبقى ايه هي الديوتيز بتاعته؟ بس verifying and fixing cables. Okay. However, they are not your responsibilities as they are jobs for the IT help desk. Okay. Dominic, a person from the IT help desk who was working with you on that problem, didn't do anything. هو بيوجه له اللوم ان كان في معاه دومينيك ده البيرسون اللي بيشتغل في الاي تي هيلب ديسك وهو ما وجهلوش اي مساعده او قال له انه يساعده او يتدخل حتى في الايشو. اوكي. You said it was because he asked you to do this job, but he says it was because you didn't tell him he was needed. طبعا هنا محدش فاهم مين بيرمي اللوم على مين لأنه هو أصلا ما طلبش منه إنه يساعده في حاجة خالص. Okay. Next paragraph.
And now, the important part, please don't hesitate to ask a colleague to do their job. It's not rude, and you're not doing anyone a favor here by doing this work yourself. In fact, it's the opposite. The other person is not able to do their job if they don't know that they are required to, but they are responsible for doing it all the same. This person is trained and qualified to do such tasks. So, the quality of this work should be good. The only thing that comes to my mind that may go against this approach is that this could make the whole process longer. This is the cost that we must accept. Course in this part الauthor أو الكاتب بيقول عندنا هنا على لسان المانجر إنه كل واحد بيشتغل في الكومباني لازم يكون qualified enough إنه يعمل الشغل بتاعه، وبدون ما نوجه له الديوتيز بتاعته مش هيقوم بحاجة خالص، وهو الإنسان الوحيد اللي المفروض يعمل الشغل بتاعه. آخر سطر بيقول فيه this is the cost. هي ده الكوست الوحيد اللي هيكلفنا كتير، اللي هو البروسيس دي او العملية دي هتاخد وقت اطول، ان انا ادي لكل واحد المهمة بتاعته. it will take longer but this is the cost. ليه؟ لانها العملية هتمشي مظبوطة بدون اي ريسك ولا اي خسائر. Okay, next part, and this is the last one. You might, however, encounter a different situation where your request to a colleague would go unanswered, be denied, or be sent back to you. Your job role doesn't allow you to enforce your request. So, the option here is to report this behavior to me, your direct manager. I'll contact the direct manager of this person, or if necessary, escalate this to the person above in the organization chart. Of course بيقول له الفعل اللي لازم تعمله الصحيح هنا ان انت لما توجه لحد اي رول او اي ديوتي او شغل لازم يعملوه وهم يرفضوا، ما ينفعش ترجع تطلب تاني منهم. انت لازم ترجع لمديرك وتريبورت، ومديرك لازم يرجع لهم ويتخذ الإجراء الصحيح، ولو ما حصلش escalate this، يعني يعلي دوت للي أعلى منهم أو للمدير الكبير المسؤول. Okay? I hope this is a useful piece of advice. وطبعا كلمة advice كتير بياخد معاها piece of advice، يعني نصيحة كده صغننة. A piece of advice that will make your work easier and less stressful. أقل طبعا ضغط ويكون سهل، يعني أسهل، يعني it will improve your performance، هيحسن أدائك. Regards Jem. يبقى المانجر اسمه إيه؟ Yes, برافو عليكم، جيم. Okay, so I hope you understood the passage. Let's have a look at the questions. Question number 1. Are you ready or not? Let's guess what's the answer. So select the correct answer options according to the text. Question number 1. What does the author think about the overall performance of his subordinate? What does the author يعني الكاتب writer think about the overall performance of his subordinate؟ كان رأيه إيه في الأداء in general؟ قال إن هو he has several serious doubts about Mark's performance ولا he is satisfied although some things do need improvement ولا he is disappointed in Mark ولا he has two serious concerns about the marketing department. What do you think the correct answer? Let's choose one and see. Let's say he is satisfied, although some things do need improvement. Let's check and see. Very good. Correct guess. Next, question 2. Who dealt with the user access layer cabling? مين اللي تعامل مع ال user access layer cabling? The marketing department, the IT help desk, ولا nobody ولا network team, the networking team. What do you think من اللي احنا قريناه؟ مين اللي تعامل مع ال user access layer cabling؟ تفتكروا الماركتينج ديبارتمنت ولا النتوركينج تيم ولا nobody ولا الاي تي هيلب ديسك؟ let's see. واو يس. ليه بقى هنا النتوركينج تيم؟ لانه هو اللي عمل كل الديوتيز والرولز والريسبونسبيلتيز وهي دي كانت المشكله. هو كان لازم يدي الكلام دوت للاي تي هيلب ديسك لكن هو ما عملش كده. next question 3. What does the author say about the network engineer's duties? What does the author say about the network engineer's duties? قال إيه على واجبات ال network engineers? One of them is handling the optical cables. One of them is storing the broken cables. One of them is laying the copper cables. One of them is purchasing the UTP cables. Okay, purchasing يعني الشراء، يشتري ال UTP cables. What do you think? احنا قلنا انه handling و laying the copper cables و purchasing دي كلها كانت ايه؟ المفروض مين اللي كان يعملها؟ ال IT help desk ولا ال networking engineer؟ طب كلمة storing the broken cables, what do you think? Well, let's try the answer. Well, let's see. Oh, this is wrong. So let's check the correct answer. Yes, very good. One of them is handling the optical cables. Okay. Because this is hardly ever done by the IT help desk, okay? And when we said that this is an exception, يعني ايه exception؟ يعني استثناء, okay? Next, question number 4. What does the author say about the division of responsibilities when handling a problem? Division of responsibilities تقسيم المهام when handling a problem. طبعا لما بنتعامل مع أي problem هل هو it requires at least one of the managers to be included in the process؟ لازم أدخل حد من المانجر في البروسيس ولا it may sometimes make it lengthen the troubleshooting process ولا it often makes the relations between colleagues worse يعني بتخلي العلاقة ما بينهم سيئة ولا it sometimes complicates the troubleshooting process? What do you think the right answer will be? Let's try this one. Excellent, very good. فاكرين لما أنا قلت لكم the only cost that it makes the process longer؟ أيوة طبعا بتطول العملية. ليه؟ لأن هي بتروح لكذا حد يتعامل مع المشكلة. Okay. Next. Question number 5. What does the author say about the qualifications of colleagues from other departments? فاكرين كلمة qualifications لما قلنا مؤهلات؟ So what does the author say about the qualifications of the colleagues? هل هو قال إن he has some doubts about their qualifications؟ ولا he gives examples of the people that didn't have the necessary skills? ولا he is convinced that everyone possesses the necessary skills? ولا he doesn't give his opinion on it? What do you think? Try to think and tell me which one is correct. Yes, I could hear it from some of you. Let's try this one. He's convinced that everyone possess يعني have the necessary skills. Correct. Excellent. Very good. Question number 6. What is the author's advice regarding communication problems
with colleagues from other departments. نقرأ السؤال تاني. What is the author's advice regarding communication problems with colleagues from other departments? نختار they should be reported to the IT director ولا they should be solved without involving any of the managers ولا they should be reported to the colleague's direct manager ولا they should be reported to him directly. Which answer is correct? Well, some of you are not quite sure. Let's try anyone and let's see where is the correct answer. They should be reported to him directly. That's correct. Why? Because he said, in case you ask somebody to do something and he refuses, he says, no, come directly to report to me. Okay? برافو علينا. كده احنا خلصنا. We finished reading passage. Let's move to the second section. As you know, we start with reading, then listening, then last part is the grammar one. So listening will be section 2. Are you ready for listening? Okay, so our listening for today is about the manager and junior network engineer. I have the word junior, I have the word senior. What is the difference between junior and senior? Always junior, he is a beginner, مبتدئ. Okay, لكن senior طبعا يعني حد عنده خبرة. Okay. Let's see. It's again talking about roles and responsibilities and performance. So I want you, first of all, before I start the listening part, what I want you to do before I start, number 1, I'll give you few tasks. أديكم مهمات تعملوها وانتوا بتسمعوا عشان تجاوبوا عليا بعد ما أخلص listening أول مرة. Number 1, identify the speakers. Tell me who are the speakers. Number 2, identify the topic. Tell me what is the issue about. Number 3, is there any action needed to be done from any of the speakers? Are you ready? عرفنا هنعمل ايه? Let's listen. Okay. Let's listen first time. Before listening, I will again tell you some vocab and then we will listen. Okay? Number one, handled. Handled. What's the meaning of handled? عرفناها طبعا في الباسج. Taken care of or dealt with. Number two, omitted. Omitted. What's the meaning of omitted? Let's see. Okay. Okay. So, handled, taken care of. Omitted means cancelled. Okay. Well, I have here nevertheless means however. Analyze something means examine it. Okay, risks means dangers. Eliminated means to get rid of something. Performance means execution يعني إنجاز أو أداء شيء معين. Right away means directly. Okay, directly. Right away. So listen, tell me who are the speakers. Tell me what is the issue about. Tell me, is there any action needed to be done or not? Ready? Listen.
Hi, Peter. I've recently taken a look at your latest performance and I wanted to discuss one of the issues that was handled by you. It's the one with unauthorized access points being connected to our internal network.
Hi, Bobby. Yes, I remember that one. It was an unusual one, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed, but it's not the technical aspect that brought it to my attention. I'd say it's rather the fact that you omitted some actions required.
Oh, really? Can you tell me a little more about it? What didn't I do that I should have?
The situation that you faced was in fact a security incident, and as such, it needed to be reported to our security team.
But I did report it to you, remember?
Of course I do. Nevertheless, besides telling me, it does need to be reported to the security team so that they can start their own procedures. They are the best people to analyze it to see if this course of action can be reproduced. And if it can, then they'll come up with a corrective action plan. After looking at your case, it might be an issue for our whole network, so its impact can be very big. Such incidents can expose the security risks within our network, and they do need to be eliminated.
I see that now. In my previous job, there was no such policy, and I haven't got used to all the procedures here. I have to admit that they can be a bit confusing at times. I definitely do need to review the procedures again, don't I?
Look, Peter, I might be sounding a little more serious than I mean to be. I noticed this just after you closed the ticket, so I believe it's not too late to report the incident to the security team. It does have to come from you, however. You haven't been working for us for so long, so these kinds of mistakes are acceptable at this point in time. That's why I'm constantly checking your performance as it's part of my job. Okay, so your job is to report this incident ASAP.
I'll do that right away, Bobby.
Okay. Have you listened carefully? So tell me first question. I asked you, who are the speakers? Who got the right answer? Who can tell me? Who are the speakers? Who heard it? Yes, I can hear some of you saying it. That's right. So this listening is between Pizza and Poppy. Okay. This is Pizza is a junior network engineer and Poppy is the manager. Okay. Did you hear what is the topic about, or you couldn't reach that? So I will play it once more
try to get the right answer. Let's see part by part. Try to find out what is the topic about, what is the issue about.
Hi, Peter. I've recently taken a look at your latest performance and I wanted to discuss one of the issues that was handled by you. It's the one with
Okay, have you got that? So it's about, yes, it's about the manager was talking to Pizza, telling him that she was looking at his latest performance. Okay, his latest performance. Let's hear it again.
at your latest performance and I wanted to discuss one of the issues that was handled by you. It's the one with unauthorized access points being connected to our internal network.
Hi, Bob.
Okay, so she told him that one of the issues that was handled by him was what? Did you hear that or not? What was that issue? Let's hear it once more.
Access points being connected to our internal network. Taking a look at your latest performance and I wanted to discuss one of the issues that was handled by you. It's the one with unauthorized access points being connected to our internal network.
Okay, so what is it? What's the issue that was handled by him? Yes, unauthorized access points connected to our internal network. Yeah, actually, yes. Well, الكلمة دي معناها والجملة دي معناها ايه؟ الايشو دي عبارة عن ايه؟ انه في حد قدر يهاك او يوصل للشبكات بتاعتهم الانترنال نتورك بشكل unauthorized، بشكل illegal او غير رسمي او غير مصرح بيه. اوكي؟ so اللي قال الكلام ده مين؟ خلينا نحفظ كويس قوي عشان في الأسئلة هيسألنا. اوكي؟ let's go on.
Hi, Bobby. Yes, I remember that one. It was an unusual one, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed, but it's not the
Okay, it was unusual one. Unusual one. What's the meaning of unusual? Abnormal. Abnormal one.
technical aspect that brought it to my attention. I'd say it's rather the fact that you omitted some actions required.
Oh, really? Can you tell me a little more about it? What didn't I do that I should have?
The situation that you faced was in fact a security incident, and
Oh, yes. Here she said it isn't the technical aspect that brought the issue to her attention. It wasn't the technical aspect. يعني اللي كانت هي اللي خلاها تاخد بالها not a technical aspect. What then? The problem is that, let's hear it again. Let's hear this part again.
actions required.
Oh, really? Can you tell me a little more about it? What didn't I do that I should have?
The situation that you faced was in fact a security incident, and as such, it needed to be reported to our security team.
But I did report it to you, remember?
Of course I do. Nevertheless, besides telling me, it does need to be reported to the security team so that they can start their own procedures. They are the best people to analyze it to see if this course of action can be reproduced. And if
Okay, so manager said that he omitted some actions. What did he do? He had done everything himself, but he had to report this to the security team because this issue or this problem is one of the topics that relates to the security team. Okay. But what did he say? He said, I reported to you. She said, yes, but you had to report to the security team. Why? because they had to take some procedures or to do some procedures to resolve the problem. Let's hear this again, please.
Remember?
Of course I do. Nevertheless, besides telling me, it does need to be reported to the security team so that they can start their own procedures. They are the best people to analyze it to see if this course of action can be reproduced. And if it can, then they'll come up with a corrective action plan.
Okay, so she said that after the security section will take their procedures. If this happened again, they will do the corrective action plan. Corrective action plan خطة عشان يصححوا فيها أو يشوفوا ممكن يتعاملوا مع الموقف إزاي.
Looking at your case, it might be an issue for our whole network, so its impact can be very big. Such incidents can expose the security risks within our network, and they do need to be eliminated.
I see that now. In my previous job, there was no such policy, and I haven't got used to all the procedures here. I have to admit that they can be a bit confusing at times. I definitely do need to review the procedures again, don't I?
Look, Peter, I might be sounding a little more serious than I mean to be. I noticed this just after you closed the ticket, so I believe it's not too late to report the incident to the security team. It does have to come from you, however. You haven't been working for us for so long, so these kinds of mistakes are acceptable at this point in time. That's why I'm constantly checking your performance as it's part of my job. Okay, so your job is to report this incident ASAP.
I'll do that right away, Bobby.
Okay, last part. He's saying that, yes, he admitted that he had to do that. He had to report to the security section. And actually, he says that these are all new procedures for him and too many. He's not adapted to such thing because he's new to the company and he doesn't know all about this. She said, the manager said, okay, no problems. Right away, you can do this. Just report to the security section. And it's never too late because this happened so recently. Okay, so let's have a look at the questions and check whether you got the right answer or not. You understood the listening. Question number 1. Okay, read the opinions and select whose opinion matches each statement. The woman, the man, or both the woman and the man. Okay, so I will read a statement and you will tell me who said this, the man or the woman. The situation is very uncommon. I told you another word, uncommon. Do you remember? Uncommon means what? Unusual. So who said this? The man or the woman? The woman. You think right? No? So what do you think? Yes. Yes. Both of them agreed that this is unusual. Okay. Next. And question number 2. An incident like this is best handled by the security team. An incident like this is best handled by the security team. Who said this? The man or the woman or both? Let's see. Yes, I can hear some of you are saying the correct answer. Let me hear that. Oh, correct. Very good. So the woman said that, or that was her opinion. Question number 3. It's not easy to follow the different rules from different organizations. it's not easy to follow the different rules from different organizations. Who said that it was different rules and it was very confusing in the beginning? What do you think? Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Of course, Pizza said that. Question number 4. The problem discussed can probably still be repaired with no consequences to the organization. The problem discussed can probably still be repaired, can be fixed. ممكن نشتغل عليها. It's never too late. With no consequences, بدون أي تبعات أو أي مشاكل to the organization. Yes, the woman of course said that. It's not too late. You are a new employee right now. Just report. Okay, and that was the listening part. And right now we'll take a break for 10 minutes and we'll come back for the grammar section.